almost destined to be at this point. So it's gonna be fun to see. I'll still take NiP though, given their recent form over Kingwin on this map, and just by the fact that I always think NiP have been a pretty decent cash team.
I want explosions, just like that. More of that, please.
Gonna have lots of it.
Look at that! I just love the Soviet theme on this map. I just love the hammer and sickle. Look at it in all its glory. The shadow being projected onto the bomb site as well, when the sun sets just right on it. It's great. Yeah, you can feel the oppressiveness.
Yeah.
Now here we go. We've got the we've got the push coming into the A bomb site. friberg's there in that default plant position, and you can see why that thing is dangerous. He is gonna light up a couple players, and it's just 2 left now for G2, and they are not long for this world. friberg with a decisive defense, going to the stance. Yep.
So yeah, G2 exploding all over that A bomb site to no avail. NiP getting off to a great start, and I actually think NiP should be able to get into double-figure rounds here on their CT side. I think there's something about NiP when they just don't give a damn that's so much more impressive than the NiP we've seen months before.
They have the freedom. They have the liberty
to do whatever they want.
Exactly.
That's a massive need.
They have freedom, like America. They're free.
NiP confirmed to change nationalities. All of them. They're just all moving to the US.
Freedom over there. Here we go. We've got Get Right there with that P90. Spraying him down. This is looking good right now for NiP. Michael Ellis trying to do what he can with the Deke, but he is well and truly screwed.
Yeah. Oh, he does pick up Get Right, so that's less salt in his wounds, I guess. But getting 1 kill, not going to be worth the investment.
He died.
Yeah, and not surprisingly, Kingwin, I don't think they're too dependent on having a lot of nades in their first buy round, so I think it's going to be fine anyway. If they get a couple of flashes and a couple of smokes, that might be all they need. Maybe one guy drops both of it, gets a Molotov instead if they want to go for an A push, because that's what we saw a lot of when they played versus Hellraisers. They love to go towards A.
And this is nice from NiP, going for the information play to quickly get the flank and get the information. So now NiP actually know what's going on straight away, and that's a nice little risk.
It's actually a bit surprising that they do it when they know they're going up against a clean eco.
It is a little bit risky, but of course it is pretty powerful as well.
Yeah.
It's a risk. I mean, the thing is, you don't need to take risks in a round like this. That said, but at the same time,
it's cool that they're showing it. I would have loved to see them do the same thing right now. That would be really cool to me.
Yeah, right now would be great. And also, it makes a lot of sense because you're in a round where you cannot effectively use the FAMASs on range on the picking-based game against
you're gonna
the
lose
AKs.
out. Yeah.
So you should be playing aggressively.
Garrett's even got a P90, so as well, playing up close and personal.
Oh, that's a forward smoke from Get Right into B storage. So he is actually going to try to get himself dug in to this B storage area. Look at this. And Get Right is also, he's the guy for NiP that's so good at playing the T attack on towards B storage by himself. So he knows the dynamics here so well. Oh my goodness, Forrest is going to get the kill there into Fox. A good trade coming in.
But I like this. They're putting so much pressure onto G2, and you can tell G2 are just playing way back right now.
Ooh, hesitation from Ali there will cost him his life. But the trade comes in from friberg. Push comes in through.
It's really well done.
Mid, and looks like friberg is going to hold things down. So we're getting trades after trades, but looks like G2 are starting to run out of players. It's just Dennis who's remaining, looking to try to salvage something, get some Constellation frags, some Constellation damage to the economy of NiP as he works his way onto a cave position. But friberg with the 4th kill, all with the FAMAS as well. Really well played. He will be rewarded with that AK-47 there lying on the ground.
A great start for NiP so far, and I don't really see it slowing down. It's going to be a force buy coming out from G2 as well, or partial force buy. Michael not buying anything because he's going to want that off in the upcoming round, but the rest of them do have a fair bit of firepower behind them. Deagles and Kevlar can do a lot with that. Rain trying to free fire Alu.
Looks like he's not... oh, okay, never mind. I was about to criticize him. Never mind. Rain's going to get it done. friberg, the 4K hero of the previous round, is going to be taken out early on in this one. And maybe there could be a bit of an opening now for G2 to abuse.
Yeah, definitely could. Art's gotten a lot of information with this push now. So NiP know that they can more or less safely fall back from mid. They don't have to take the challenges. They can more or less focus on protecting that A-bomb site with all the information that Get Right has gathered. And you can tell that they've already done so. I'm not sure why Alu went that aggressively, but that's kind of silly of him. But in any case, G2 are going to make their way onto the bomb side, and they're actually a man up at this point.
Yeah, this is not a round that G2 should be winning on paper. This should not be happening.
Oh, yeah.
GetRight's going to go in there with Forest in support. Forest is actually very close with AWP, and GetRight will fall, so things looking very tumultuous here for NiP as G2 claim their first round, in a round that they did not expect to claim at all, just all off the back of that first pick from Rain, the Deeg on the boost position, and now it's into a spot where they were going to buy anyway in this round, and hey, they're going to even win that eco into this fifth round, and now we're looking at a really interesting situation because the G2 could rapidly turn this around all of a sudden.
Yeah, and NiP definitely could have played that better, and I'm not really sure why Aldo wanted to push forward to pick down towards. If he wanted to get on site to help out, or whether he wanted to get a more aggressive angle for anyone coming up short, I think that was unnecessary. And it ended up costing it pretty dearly. So I guess the benefit here that NiP and the potential positive that they can run into is the fact that they would be able to completely break G2's economy, more or less, because G2 went for the double op setup.
Absolutely. Yeah, this could be something that could end up backfiring a little bit. Forest will in fact get the first kill onto Fox as well, so one of the AWPs is out of play as G2 go for the mid aggression, but Alu's there, and he's been spotted by Dennis, and he gets nothing out of it. That's a really huge loss for NiP in this situation, as they've lost the grip of the map, and now they have to spread the defense quite a lot, but it's up to G2 to capitalize properly on this kind of a situation and build a push into that A bomb site now, as looks like they want to get it done, and GetRight gets to spray about 60 bullets into that door, and eventually he's actually going to get pulled off the kill as well. So interesting situation now, because G2 should be on a bomb site, but they're not yet.
Yeah, it seems like Jaken didn't figure GetRight would actually commit his entire clip into that, or his entire magazine. There we go. Forrest defending B all by himself. Actually picks off the bomb as well. This is pretty much game over. 10 seconds left. G2 no way of actually picking up the bomb. They're just going to have to hope to save those two ops.
Yeah, this is a very rough situation, to be honest. Insofar as NiP getting back in straight away, and not just getting back in straight away, but like surviving with 4 players. That's the key difference, really, because their money's going to be there will be some security with their money, which is very important. Yeah. And at least the double AWPs are alive from G2. They did save those, so they can force up whatever the hell you want behind that. If you have 2 AWPs, you can build around from that. So
yeah, so they're actually going to get a really good buy-in. That's simply because they managed to hold on to the 2 most valuable weapons. Dennis actually going to go aggressive on Forrest as well, and that's the first time we've seen Forrest play towards the mid area instead of
maybe the
holding
last
that op. Yeah,
after that one.
First and last time, instead of holding off that B area early on, and that's also given G2 enough space to push forward here towards B. Now, it's going to be a difficult decision for NiP to actually figure out how they want to play it. Maybe they want to leave one guy alone on the A bomb site, I'll bet, because right now their defense is really sparse in mid and on B. So, yeah, you're banking pretty heavily on G2 focusing a lot of their attacks towards the A-bomb side, which I guess if you take their Hellraiser scheme as any sort of indication, it's not a bad idea. But as far as a tad early to do so.
As far as the movement goes here from G2, it looks like they're a little bit uninspired as to how to make the maneuvers. It's a stark difference to what we saw from Virtus Pro, who will clearly understand how the CTs are positioned, and then boom, they make maneuvers based off of that. It's very decisive. You can see maybe some of the communication errors coming in, maybe some of the lack of decision is causing G2 to really, for this round to be essentially extended to periods of time in which it shouldn't be. Things taking too long, giving NiP edges back in, but Dennis, talking about getting edges back into the round, is going to be taking 2 quick kills, and he hasn't got time to really plant the bomb. Is he going to go for this? He's actually turning the corner with the Deagle. He's going to try and just go straight in, but it's not going to work against GetRight, and Exist was there to take him down if he got the kill into GetRight as well. So 6-1, and NiP are in an amazing position now because the money is just not going to be working out for G2.
It's looking pretty dire for them right now, and we're most likely going to be looking at 7-1 in favor of NiP. Even after that, the buy that G2 are going to get is not going to be super good. And yeah, I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more attempts towards an A take from G2 up till this point. I'm assuming that's what we're going to see in the upcoming buy round.
Oh, they're going to go into the grinder, and this is not going to be fun here for G2. But that said, apparently they will pick up a couple kills, and they have an opportunity to plant that bomb. Although Jacob needs to pick it up, and this is actually,
1 HP.
they're not going to get this bomb picked up. It's in an exposed position now. Jacob needs to get the frags, and that will not happen. 7-1 for NiP, losing only 2 players on that rush into the A-bomb site. G2 not really with the intended effect there, which would have been the bomb plant. And hey, they still get enough out for AKs and nades, so they're okay. It's not going to affect things too heavily.
It should be okay, but I want to see them do a similar push towards A with weapons. Because that's what was their recipe for success versus Hellraisers, and I don't see why they shouldn't attempt it nowadays. And it looks like they're setting up for an A-take here.
Now, this will be interesting. There's a lot of dynamics when it comes to this A-take. I would imagine G2 will stick to the basics here and just go for the push in, and indeed they will. Dennis will be straightforward looking for the entries. He is going to be wrapping around quad. Oh my god, NiP! Oh, how did Freiburg even survive that situation? He'll get traded eventually there. Jacob coming in. He'll get the bomb as well for his team to get that planted swiftly. And NiP need this retake. If they can keep this dominance going, they are going to shut G2 out in a big way. But looks like G2 are standing strong here. Jacob with a nice defense onto Get Right. The oncoming Get Right, very fast in there. But now they've got 2 ops on the outskirts, and they have no way into this bomb site. Looks like G2 will hold on and bring themselves back in. And how's the money actually for NiP? That's okay. So it's a bit shoddy actually. A little bit shoddy on a couple players. Freiburg and Exist don't have any money. They have to buy, but
yeah, if Force saves that AWP, they're definitely going to buy. There's no way he's not buying. But we'll see. G2 not interested in hunting. That said, they don't have too much of a bank if they would have gone down with more than 2 people, so that makes sense on their end. And finally, the first attempt at a proper A-take from G2 works out pretty nicely. Quite decisive round. But I think that's more down to the fact that they got into really awkward positions while G2 were flashing them. In NiP's case, I mean, 9 out of 10 times Dennis probably kills Freiburg as well, and it's an even easier A-take.
They can even use it. They can even fake off of it now. Now that they've showed the propensity for such an A-take, they can use that for a fake. But that said, the counter boost coming in from NiP could actually break it straight away. And they're actually playing a guy into A main. Exist is really close here. And Jacob's going to stumble forwards, and they won't spot Exist. The entire lineup is going to be running past Exist. He's blinded. He's still alive. He's going to find himself excellent damage there. A second kill out of Exist. Big plays from Exist. And NiP look like they could very well do this, considering the fact that they've got the flank coming in from Get Right, and the door is open as well. And he'll get a free frag onto Rain. This is looking terrible for G2. Get Right's in with the flashes now. He's going to fluff that one, but potentially the next one could be good, as his teammates now move in with him. There's a peek from Dennis, though. And things are looking better and better here for G2, thanks to Dennis by quad. But now into the one-on-one. Forrest with the AWP. He's going to pull out the pistol. P250 to do the job. Few bullets wasted there, but Dennis is incredibly low. Forrest going for the finish there, faking the defuse. Dennis is playing this perfectly, and there is not the time. Dennis did the job, and G2 will barely win this round by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, by the skin of their teeth. But that's enough at this point. We've seen it. They're not too reliant on having all the nades in the world. They do it with brute force in a lot of situations, and it forces NiP back to an eco, barring Forrest obviously, who saved that weapon. So this is a great chance for them to actually stabilize a bit as well.
Yeah, I mean, Forrest could do a lot of damage in this position. I would love to see if he's going to find some creative way to use the AWP to make G2's lives a little bit more difficult than otherwise they should in reality be. 5 AKs of G2 will allow them to speedily make their way onto any bomb site of their choice. But again, this is that situation we were talking about, especially when the AWP's in the hands of a player of NiP. You don't want to play this round slow.
No, not too slow. And G2 have already done a good job of actually gaining control over middle. They've pushed a bit up, poking around. So I like what they were doing so far. And NiP have gone for a stack, 4-man stack on that A-bomb side, and the rest of G2 are actually moving towards B, so this is going to be a rough time. I think it's Get Right who's all alone on that B-bomb site.
Absolutely. And he's about to find himself in a very awkward position. And I'm not talking about the back of a Volkswagen. Oh, Get Right! Getting 2 quick headshots. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Fox in with 2 frags on the return, but actually NiP with a man advantage in the situation. Not really with any Kevlar on Exist or Alu, but still, they could definitely play off of this situation. Attacking from 3 positions at once. Alu just runs in. No support at all. And Vicolette is going to find himself the spray. At least the trade will come in from Exist. And with Fox very low, Exist can make this one happen. He's got no Kevlar though. He needs to be good on the first bullets. He's going to have to shoot true. Fox repositions on the bomb site. In goes Exist. And he gets shot in the back by Fox. And that's going to be that. Good damage done, though.
Yeah, good damage done, but when you get into the situation where Get Right picks up 2 frags, and you manage to pick up the frag on the Lurker and Door over on the A-bomb site. So you've got 2 weapons, you're a man up, you should definitely be able to, you should be able to do more out of that retake than what they were able to. I think they should have won that round, NiP, after coming into that situation as they did. I think Alu, that's the 3rd time I've seen Alu just kind of do weird stuff, being out of position with nobody to help him, nobody to get a return kill, and NiP lose a round because of it.
Absolutely. This is looking awkward now for NiP. They're on that low econ buy. In a manner of speaking, they'll lose Alu as well. And this is, I mean, Counter-Strike is a game about economy. Cash rules everything around me.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Oh yeah.
But right now, G2 are doing a pretty good job of getting openings. They're getting mid-control ring. Just taking out Freiburg with ease. Jacob following it up with a kill on to Exist as well. And at best, NiP can hope to save at this point. But I would assume that as quickly as that bomb goes down from G2, they're just going to be on the hunt. Well, actually, they might not even have to get the bomb down. This is quickly spun out of control because it was looking so well for NiP earlier on.
Yeah, they could have 12-3'd it, basically. That's
the
position they were setting themselves up to be in. And you can see right there that the 4 rounds.
7-1 was it at one point.
And the reset, and yeah.
It's rough. Losing that, wasn't it an eco round as well? The lost to or force buy? No, I know. That's my mistake. It was the first buy round, actually, where they went towards A. That started everything for G2.
That said, we will get an aggressive pistol play from NiP on middle, which will result in a frag. The bomb, unfortunately for them, dropping behind the boost. So it is going to be still safe for the terrorist side. Exist is going to get himself over there, but of course, there is going to be a player watching the position. Dennis. Ooh, nicely done there by Exist. He'll even find the frag, the finish on Fox. The frag finish on Fox.
This is going to get taken out eventually, and Jacob actually follows it up with the frag onto Freiburg, so equal people alive right now.
I feel Swedish. Freiburg, I think, right?
Freiburg.
Freiburg?
Freiburg.
Freiburg. Like free bad. Freiburg. I'm so good at this. Jag kan prata svenska.
Hey, it's pretty decent, pretty decent.
Jag försöker mycket hårt.
Well,
Jag är best.
You're doing your best, that's for sure. Right now, NiP trying their best at least.
Jag älskar Sverige.
What? Say that again?
Jag älskar Sverige. Sverige. What? That? Come on.
Who taught you that?
Well, I know what it means.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Hey man, I just love Sweden. Okay, you got a problem with that?
Who taught you that though?
Myself, actually.
You taught yourself that?
I read IRC a lot, man.
You know,
and I was on Google Translate.
In a different context, that could be.
I could say jag ska dig, for example.
That works in any type of context. But jag ska svälja, that's.
Oh, is there some weird connotations here? Have I done something weird?
It means
God.
I can swallow.
Oh, good God. I did not know that it meant. Okay. All right. Moving swiftly on. We will readdress this at a later point in the broadcast. Back into the match, guys. We have double up on NiP. Compose yourself, dear sir. We have 4 kills coming in on the defense of this A push. G2 struggling to get anything done here. The bomb dropped precariously in front of those doors, and that will be that. I thought that's how you say Sweden, Sverige.
Oh, is that what you were trying to say?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So you were saying I can Sweden.
I know. Jag älskar. I love.
Yeah.
Sverige, Sweden.
I heard. Okay, yeah, I heard.
You're a Norwegian man. You don't know what's going on. Go do some snooze.
Oh
it's
God.
Great. Go have some snooze.
Well, that took a left turn, to put it that way.
It did, absolutely. All right. Again, we have a fast round coming out from G2, but this time is towards B. They get rediverted there. They get diverted back into middle. But looks like NiP going for the aggression here. They want to meet them over the boost. Not going to work out for Exist at the very least. And G2, it's very hard for them to actually punish the fact that NiP are playing close to middle at this point because of these nades. So NiP actually doing a good job at controlling the aggression and trying to mitigate any of the weaknesses that they may be up against in the plays that they are making.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And Force has been doing a pretty good job of just staying there, being the sole protector, the sole turret of that B bomb side for up to this point. So that allows them to have a lot of freedom with how much aggression they want to put onto mid, how many people they actually want to have in mid. Well, Force gonna be okay with 3 frags for that round. Dennis actually, again, doing a massive job at the end of the round. Whether or not it's going to be enough, though, Alu is going to hear him stomping around and close it out. So 96 in favor of NiP. I was expecting them to get into double figures, but G2 with that run of, I think it was 5 rounds in a row? 6? No, 5 rounds in a row. Just brought them back into the game. So in the end, a decent half for both teams.
Jag vill käften nu.
Okay, say that again, just so I know I'm hearing the right thing.
Jag vill
Yeah.
käften nu. I think I'm basically putting words together to make sentences because I don't know anything about the syntax.
What do you think you said right
I
now?
will shut up now. That's what I think I just said.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, okay, in a broken way, that's kind of right. You have the right words in there.
Yeah.
You're just missing a couple ones.
I'm like, I guess I could survive in Sweden.
Yeah, well, you know,
they do speak English,
well, you
so
already,
that's great.
You already know more Swedish than Semler. Semler
No.
pretty much knows knäckebröd.
Yeah.
And
Jag gillar pyttipanna.
no, I don't think he knows that. He knows jag älskar dig.
It's funny because I try too hard. It's like pyttipanna.
Pyttipanna.
Just going way forward here.
No, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you know more Swedish than Semler.
I know a lot of words.
Yeah, Semler knows 4.
It would ruin the fun for me if I understood the syntax. I just like shoving them together.
I think
seeing what
yeah,
happens.
it's not as impressive if you actually know the language, right?
Yeah,
that takes away the charm.
Yeah, exactly. That's crap. Okay, so 6-9 is the score. Very wide open game. We're into the pistol round of the second half.
Super
and
aggressive push up from NiP into mid, and G2 actually have a 3-man stack here.
The crossfire comes in. Oh, JChem, you got to hit a shot.
There we go.
Thank you, JChem.
Took his sweet time.
That was scary, but the bomb will still go down for NiP, so the round is not lost. The effort is not in vain. NiP have a good setup to defend this as well. 3 versus 4 for them. And Forest is just going to do some things through the smoke. It's all good. However, Michael Ellis able to get the punish on the Freiburg. This is very, very interesting right now because Forest has a good position still to stop them, even against 2 players. Oh, gets the shot onto Fox. Look at these bullets oncoming. Oh no, Michael is diving with a knife. I love Michael Ellis for that.
Oh, wow.
That was a beast play. So that takes a lot of balls.
Yeah, the casual pistol round ace from Forest.
Yeah. Well, it's Forest, man. If he's going to be acing, it's going to be with a pistol, or it's going to be with anything.
But he's kind of a pistol god from previous iterations of CS, and hell, even in CSGO, he's always been super solid in pistol rounds.
He's good at Counter-Strike, guys.
Yeah, just in general. I know it might come as a shock to a lot of people, but Forrest is actually pretty good at the game. But that's definitely the start NiP needed. They've been kind of, it's been a downwards trajectory as the game kind of spun out in the first half after going up 7-1, and this is how they get back into it.
Yeah, we have the Swedes now in a dominating form, but the problem is for G2, they can't really allow this. They can't allow this round to go freely after this force spike. They've got to get something done with the Deegs, with the 5-7s. However, the Desert Eagles and the 5-7s are yet to really have a result. Ali's down to 2 HP, but whereas the finishing blows, there are none to be had. I do wonder where Forrest got his name from. Was he like looking out the window? It's like, I like forests.
Trees.
I like trees, a group of trees. I identify with a large grouping of trees. I will be forest.
But yeah, as most Scandinavian people would, right? We live in the forest for the most part.
That makes sense. I think it's cool. I think it's poetic. Anyway, we do have full save coming out of G2, and this is one of those spots which, well, you're just thinking, well, if we get a couple of kills, we are super happy, but we all expect to die.
The most worrying part for G2 in this situation is the fact that their first buy is going to be a low econ buy, which we've seen some teams do well with. I think it's really hard on a map like Cash to actually play passively and have their teammates to work with, because holding back those a proper execute towards any of the sides on this map is really, really hard, and especially just holding mid control as well. If you don't have Molotovs for the boost spot, if you can't smoke off garage, it's going to be really tough to do. And yeah, they're not going to have too many nades to hold the NiP back with. So if NiP decide to try to starve them out, bait out as many nades as possible, this could get really rough. But they do have an op on Michaelilla, so he might be able to find some openings before NiP have the chance of removing a lot of the nades from G2's side.
Yeah, and this is going to be potentially quite a slow round because, you know, as you say, you know, the nades are going to be quite important, and if NiP realize that, you know, G2 in this position, they should be trying to play this slow. But that said, you know, NiP not always going to be super cognizant of what the other team's doing. They care more about how they feel like they want to play the round. So it's hard to really predict in that sense.
But yeah, so far they're taking a very passive stance though. So that tells me that they are aware of the situation. And obviously it's not a massive jump to take the gander that Michaelilla might have an op or Fox might have an op.
Goosey gander. And Get Right is doing his usual swag lord things in B storage. However, it's Forest who will get the kill towards Squeaky, and that's actually a very typical spot in this round from Forest. If you watch NiP play, and you see Forest there, you know Get Right's in B storage. You pretty much know where every player of the team is going to be standing. And G2 actually doing a great job in actually defending it these picks. NiP not making the pick plays work for them. Ali is last man standing.
Yeah. And
I
guess mission successful in the sense that you managed to make them use pretty much all their nades, but you kind of need players alive to go towards the bomb site if you're going to make it work.
He threw a smoke down, threw a flash into it, and then ran into the site against 2 players. Let's go. It was all a dream.
I used to read Word Up magazine.
Yeah. Salt and pepper and have EDF in the limousine. I'll go all the way, baby. I'll go all the way.
I think
I'll go all the way.
Maybe in the break. Maybe in the break.
We can have a wrap off. It'd be great.
Sick.
Double up. Fox is gonna be good. He's so good at the B storage warping. Actually, he's very good at that. Ali, of course, is quite the beast himself. And Jacob's actually gonna push forwards. He's gonna see if there are more players to be had in B storage, and he would be right. What an angle!
Definitely caught Get Right off guard. And I'm assuming it's not, you know, out of the world for NiP to assume that Fox is going to be pretty much alone. Like, if anything, he's going to do a re-peek. That's the most aggression you're going to see from G2 at that point because you've gotten your entry frag or your opening frag, so you're going to be happy about that, playing with the main advantage from the CT side. Right now. NiP are just being denied entry to whatever place they want to go. And this is pretty brutal. Force all alone. He's going to get taken out by Dennis. So far, CT side from G2 looking pretty promising. And that's without them having to do anything miraculously. They're not doing anything special, not pushing aggressively necessarily. Just winning the Angels.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've seen an interesting game so far because things are starting to tighten up a little bit. Neither team can really hang on to the momentum for too long. And we haven't seen any outstanding performances from any player in particular. Nothing that's really, you know, it's not like Oscar, you know, from yesterday, for example, who was just basically destroying everybody.
The thing that kind of stands out the most is Dennis' attempt at heroics late in a couple of rounds, and obviously Forrest's ace in the pistol round. But other than that, it's been a fairly consistent performance from all the members on both sides. Well, we're going to see. Eco round coming from NiP, so this is a good shot. Oh, actually, a bit of stabs flying around amongst the NiP players. Only Deagles, though, hoping to find someone peeking out too aggressively from G2's side, but...
He's fishing right now.
Yeah.
He's cast out the line, and he's waiting patiently. That's what fishing is. Fishing is basically waiting. Game. Just waiting. You just wait.
Question is, did he actually put out the bait, though? Because he's not going to attract anyone with that bait.
There's some bait. He's got some bait. The bait's being eaten up.
Didn't stick.
Oh,
there we go.
Bait
set. Fish caught?
Yeah, I was going to say, I wish I'd actually watched some fishing commentary so I could actually take that further, but Reina is taking liberty here on middle, but not for too long. He will get taken down in the end by Get Right, which is good damage from NiP. And Freiburg actually has found a hole on the A-bomb site in amongst all the madness. This is actually possible here for NiP. If Get Right is able to do some sick damage with that M4, if he gets to drop on one player, that's all it takes.
Well, he's going to get backstabbed right now by Jacob.
I am.
That pretty much ruins the dreams that NiP had of winning this round.
What was that? There appears to be a flying fox.
well, you know, it's 21st of October, hoverboards and whatnot.
Aces on the hoverboard. Man, I played all the Back to the Future games on like the Amiga 500 Plus. Those games on that for Back to the Future.
Were
I
they
think
good?
1 and 2. Well, back then I thought they were good, but I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 years old. I thought they were super legit.
Nice. I
Nice.
actually haven't played the games. I've obviously seen all the movies.
Yeah. I mean, the movies, I think the games were based on the first and the second movie.
Yeah.
There's 2 games.
Yeah, I think the third one is skippable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even remember that movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, into the next round, we've got the double up in play on G2 again.
Very aggressive push from NiP out in mid here.
This pace is blinding from NiP. This is ridiculous. G2 can't even feel the response because to the pace of the NiP in this round. Exister, they're in connector as well. It's going to cause all kinds of distractions. They'll get a kill, get traded immediately, and Forrest is going to use that smoke to bait out Michael for a perfect engagement, and he'll get the finishing moves. So JKim is the last man standing, and he's going to have to try to save this. But NiP, they're going to hunt him down. They're going to try to remove that weapon from his arms, his hands. Something rather.
Well,
JKim, he needs a Megazord right now.
ooh,
Wow.
okay, yeah.
The moves. Freiberg is shuffling out of the vents there.
Prepping for Swedish version of So You Think You Can Dance.
The what dance?
Huh?
The what's that?
So You Think You Can Dance? The
Oh,
Swedish version.
is that a
Freiberg's
thing?
prepping. He's not going to
Nice.
Cluj. He's going to auditions.
Can you dance? Are you a dancing
I'm a
dancing
pretty
person?
rubbish dancer. I think I'm pretty good when I'm drunk, but I think everyone thinks they're pretty good when they're drunk, right?
Shocks and I always have dance-offs.
I know. I've seen them.
Oh, you've seen them?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
you've
them.
seen multiple.
Starladder.
Oh god, yeah.
Stuff is happening. I didn't have the means to film it. Otherwise, that stuff would have been public knowledge.
There's footage out there.
There is?
Uh-oh, I've said too much. But we've got the fast push again. Exist is in there with the trade. I mean, for NiP, it worked one time. This time, it's not going so well. G2 much better prepared for this. Alu's going to try to salvage the situation. Moving in quickly to the A bomb site. Try to find his way around towards the car. Looking for all the engagements. Will spray down Michael from behind. And now just one more player. Alu seemed to have good cognizance of where he was going to be attacked from, but still a little bit too difficult. And in the chaos, Exist has picked up the bomb. And he is going to find himself shimmying through this connector area. Now, this could be very dangerous right now. Exist is going to find a snap onto Fox, and that's going to be a B-bomb site that he could potentially take it. But that is where JKim is. Exist is waiting for some footsteps. He's got time to use to try to make an informed decision in this moment.
It's a very hard position for Exist to be in, because normally Jacob is rotated around the other way.
Oof.
But him coming... Oh, he's going to hear this.
And this is it. That's over. Done and dusted. 14-9. And NiP with a very chaotic round. It came up to a bunch of different clutches from multiple players there.
Yeah,
Alu and Exist. All
yeah.
about them in that round.
Alu especially. Just getting that kill onto Michael, even though it doesn't get the kill on Fox and leaves Exist in a 2v1, that first off tells you roughly where Fox is playing from, which is great for Exist to know. And also, it just normally you shouldn't get that kill on Michael. That was just a really nice flick.
Absolutely. And now NiP are in a game-winning position. G2
Yeah.
without any money to buy. They have to go for the force-up and see what they can get done with very limited resources. Brain's going to find an aggressive push in mid. That's going to deliver a frag for him. And G2, they know the push is coming before it's hit. This is really bad for NiP. Really, really bad. But at least the pop flashes will be good. And Michael will go down by forklift. That he would have been very dangerous. But there's still this position to worry about. JKim by the default plant spot. Going to be, once again, moving around. Oh, no way! And Alu gets a double with the AWP. This is absolute madness. And G2 are going to find themselves a strong result in this one. 10-14 now as they pick up a round, pick up some guns. And that was actually just completely absurd.
That was ridiculous. How the hell does he get those those 2 headshots? I could have understood one, but that was absolutely madness from Jacob.
You might say that his shots hypnotized me.
The BIG references are strong right now.
Yeah, and I want to get more and more into this. We have
you know, I'll go as far as saying they were juicy.
Okay, nice. All right, more from GC. There is someone out there, at least one person that appreciates it, and therefore it is worthwhile.
Oh, easily. Well, I'm enjoying it, so
yeah, that's good.
You know, can I check that?
Check that box. That's good. That's good. It's good because we're not feeding you, so you're having fun, so that's great.
Yeah, it's the only way I can survive: laughter and water. So I'm lucky it rained today.
Yeah, exactly.
So
if it doesn't rain, you're not getting anything.
Yeah, I sat there with like 3 water bottles outside of the studio, just like
Yeah,
catching water.
You're there for a while. I respect that.
Got to be committed to the cause. So, well, yeah, G2 bringing it back from the brink of death, and they're going to get a pretty good buy here. Up on Fox, he's been doing a really good job with that over towards the B bomb site. The defense, though, towards that A bomb site where NiP seemingly want to go, they're actually throwing a bunch of nades over there, but look at this.
The fakey fake.
Well, they've gotten G2 players out of position here, so lots of space to work with.
And if they're fast, if they don't hesitate here, this is going to be really strong. Look at the sudden realization from G2. They're like, we've been had. And it's too late because Forest is going to take the shot towards headshot. He'll take the kills, as will Freiburg, and they've cleaned up the bomb site. But 3 versus 3, so G2, you know, they're all over this right now. The bomb is yet to be planted. It will go down in the back of the bomb site. And G2, they could still make this happen. They're all in, you know, from the CT side. And Forest, I think, is really the key player here, not being on the bomb site and having the HP in the rifle.
Freiburg's more of a decoy at this point.
Okay, we're going to see Get Right with this AWP. Misses the shot, but Forest is there. The last man standing for NiP. Excellent second kill onto Dennis. Just a 1 versus 1 for him now as that bomb ticks away. And he's looking for the shot. He's pre-aiming it. Great stuff there from Forest. Takes all 4 players down. And NiP will win the rounds and save themselves from having to actually force buy potentially or eco.
Yeah.
And allowing G2 back into the game. Now NiP can essentially just shut them out. Because I was really worried for NiP that they would be in this situation that I've seen so many times before where they don't win that key round and then G2 are straight back in it and they can take it all the way.
Yeah, instead G2 find themselves in the situation they kind of salvaged previously where they would have been on a force buy in this potentially deciding round, and here we are. Back to square one for them. But we see that they were able to do a lot with the Caesars in previous time.
We've got to push and B storage as well. There's a Fox here. He's going to get a snap on to Get Right and onto Alu. This is a complete disaster for NiP, losing 2 players on the anti-eco. I was just going to say that all they have to do is play a solid anti-eco and they're going to win this one. But Freiburg, you can trust Freiburg. He'll take both kills. The King of Banana will deliver. Ooh. And Forrest will make his way into A. So NiP looking to salvage this still. Of course.
Very unfortunate time for Michael. He's gonna. That's the second time he's allowed one NiP player to get onto the site, just by a random accident.
And Freiburg's in good position by A main, so or T main. So he's gonna have 2 players as well. And once again, Freiburg is gonna be setting Forrest up here. There's one more player there. Forrest is gonna take him down, and he's got a great position still. So even though Michael knows where he is, he's got no kits. He's waiting for the shot. Forrest has to check. And he's going to get the kill. 16-10. NiP close it out against G2. Good game, though. And I have to say, NiP, not of approval.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're probably one of the teams who've looked the best prior to the major coming up. And that's something you wouldn't expected.
Absolutely. It's actually quite cool to see them playing without any...
restrictions.
Any restrictions, not near as much stress.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there was a huge amount of pressure on them in the past.
Well,
and
yeah, how could you not?
Expectation is lowered now.
You're the team of CSGO since its inception, really, and you're expected to win pretty much everything you compete in. And when you're not able to do that, and the thing is, from talking to the NiP players, they were so aware of the problems they had, and everyone could see the problems they had, but they couldn't find a solution. And that must be the most